Hey everyone, this is Ross, and today I just thought I'd do a quick update on the fry tank. I just want to say that the fry are doing great. As you can see, there's 2 there and there's 1 over there. We've got 7 in here in total, and as you can see, they're swimming around, they're happy, they're healthy, and that DIY fry food I made them is actually doing really well. They're eating it. I've actually saw them eat it. It's just great. They're loving it. So yeah, this is the tank. It's a bit cloudy because of algae, but that should go in a few days because I've got this white background on, so hopefully it should go. So I made a little lid because this air stone was kind of spraying, and I've got some plugs back here, so I didn't want them to get wet because Dr. Tim has recently had a fire because he didn't do his electrical sockets right. So I want to make sure that I didn't have a fire or anything. So yeah, I just taped a bit of polystyrene to the top, and it's kind of like on a hinge. It just goes back, lies against the window, and I can get into the tank. So here is the DIY filter that I made. I think it was my last video that I showed you how to make it. It was called How to Make an Aquarium Filter. Pretty simple, and it's actually working really well. If you can see on the filter media there's a few small particles and it's a bit brown, so that shows that it's actually working. And yeah, it's been doing really well. Yeah, the air stone was actually a bit too powerful for it, so what I had to do, I cut 2 or 3 notches in this little airline, so that slowed it down because the fry were being blown all over and it just wasn't too good for them. So yeah, I slowed the rate down by cutting a few notches in the airline, and it's working great. Asian Dude 666 commented on my last video saying that it wouldn't sink very well because plastic floats, and that I needed to drill holes in it. I've just drew you a little diagram here to demonstrate what's happening in my filter. Obviously, you know, the water comes down here past all the filter media and then goes into these ceramic bio rings, and there's actually lots of gaps in between these, so that allows the water to pass over them easily. And then this tube isn't actually touching the bottom, it's suspended by the bio rings, so it's allowing the water to get in very easily. So yeah, it comes down there and back up through the tube. So that shows you that there's a gap in, and there's lots of different little gaps in there. On a normal sponge filter or corner filter, it's like this. The water comes down as usual, but then the pipe goes right to the bottom. The tubing actually touches the bottom, and that's why you need to drill those holes to allow the water to get in. But what I've done on this one, the tube's actually suspended above the bottom, so it really doesn't matter. Water's getting in either way, as you can see. So I just drew that little diagram for you to illustrate what's actually happening, show you that it's actually working. He also mentioned that it might float in the tank. My filter sank straight to the bottom, straight away, and that's because the ceramic bio rings are actually quite heavy, and the weight of them just sunk it straight to the bottom. I didn't need to tweak it at all, and I just stuck the air stone down inside, and it's working absolutely great. So yeah, that's just a little update on my filter, working great, and that was just a little explanation for you. You can pause the vid if you like, just to see how it's really working. So yeah, it's great, and as you can see, the little baby goldfish there swimming around. They're very active. I feed them 3 times a day, tiny amounts. I've got some dwarf sags in here. That's doing alright. I've got 3 or 4 shoots in there, and I've got some jungle val in the back. And it's actually not doing too bad. Hopefully the algae should settle down on this tank. But yeah, other than that, it's going great. Just want to do a little update on the fighting fish tank as well. He is doing absolutely great. He's got beautiful colour, and the free auto catfish are doing great too. They're actually eating potatoes now. They're eating cucumber. They're eating different things. So yeah, they're doing fine. He hasn't tried to attack them or anything. I've had a little hair algae problem, but I'm never going to get rid of it in this tank. Some people have suggested carbon that I could add to the water, but I'm just not going to try it. It's alright. My mum came in with a coconut the other day from the shops, so I split it open for her, and then I got out all the juice, and then I got out all the flesh, and then I just put it in here. I made a chip there to allow the fighting fish to get in, and yeah, it sank straight to the bottom, and it was great. So as you can see, there's a little lot of catfish kind of sucking on it there, and I quite like the look of it in this tank. I'm thinking about tying some Java moss to it, Java ferns, Anubias, things like that. But in this tank it'll probably just get covered in algae right away, so I'm not too sure about that. I sanded this down with sandpaper to make sure it didn't cut the fighting fish's fins, so it's pretty safe. Alright, so that was just an update vid on the fry tank and the fighting fish tank. So if you like this vid, then please leave a comment, like it and subscribe. Bye.